Welcome back to Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo and today is Tuesday, June 4th, 2019. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. I read something that blew my mind yesterday. Did you know that those wolves from the Jungle Book were actually based on real animals that Rudyard Kipling saw during a trip through the Middle East? Well, luckily, little Mowgli didn't have to run into the Persian wolf Hadi Choopan while he was there exploring the countryside, because the whole story might have ended up with a different narrative. Last week, Hadi released a video on his Instagram with a caption that said, "Send the address, I'm on the road, I'm coming." I don't know exactly what that means, but coming from this guy, I'm always inclined to take it serious. With Flex Lewis gone, Hadi is the uncrowned king of the division in a lot of people's minds. But if you're a king without a crown or a kingdom, I think it's fair to question whether or not you're really even a king at all. One of the things I've always liked about LeBron James is the way he handles himself like a professional, both on and off the court. And even though he might not have 3 rings like King James, Arash Rahbar has that whole professionalism thing locked up tight. Last week, a new video leaked of Arash knocking out some high-quality hammer curls as he starts to make his way through phase 1 of his Olympia prep. There aren't many guys in the division who've been as consistent or successful as Arash has been over the last 3 years. So it'll be interesting to see if he still has enough gas left in the tank to push himself back up into the top 3 Olympia conversation. They say parity in football is one of the things that makes it so popular in regional and national markets. Having new champions ebb and flow in and out of the sport helps keep people interested. But if there's one person who isn't wishing for parity or ebb and flow of champions right now, it's Ryall Graber, because she's got her eyes set on becoming the second woman in 2 years to win back-to-back Arnold and Olympia titles in fitness. Ryall put on an all-time great performance to win the Fitness International back in March, and now she's got her sights locked onto the Olympia title that would put her in rarefied air with some of the best to ever do it. It's the ones you don't see coming that always hurt the most. And I feel confident saying that no one saw 212 standout Caleb Blanchard coming heading into the Chicago Pro last year. A few days after making his season debut in Toronto over the weekend, Team Blanchard decided to keep the momentum rolling by releasing a clip from their latest pre-show leg session. When his conditioning is on point, Blanchard has enough tools to be a force at some of these higher level shows. So if he adds a few more details in the right places, he's someone who could be a dangerous competitor at some point down the road. To quote the legendary country group Alabama, "You can't keep a good man down." So hopefully some of those Alabama country vibes make their way down to Hunter Labrada, who's still trying to get back on his feet after undergoing the knife a few months ago. Earlier this week, Hunter posted a photo after one of his first real leg sessions back in the gym, where we see the 2018 NPC National Champ still sporting a heavy-duty sling. Unfortunately for Hunter, we all owe our pound of flesh to the gods, and right now it's time for him to pay up. But hopefully once that debt is repaid, he can get back to doing what he does best, because his best days are still way ahead of him. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.